A lot of people will give female rappers a hard time.
Yeah.
Saying we are too sexual or over the top with lyrics and video content. What do you think when you hear it?
I think y'all some haters, and I think y'all don't want y'all bitch to shine because y'all's insecure, and it ain't a problem when y'all got y'all chest out and y'all little tiny dick print showing and all that with your jaw sagging, your stanky ass out, doodle style. It's not a problem when y'all do it, but when y'all still in our style. It's wrong when we do it.
It's cool when they do it.
It's wrong when I do it.
Welcome. Okay. So a lot of people will give female rappers a hard time.
Yeah.
Saying we are too sexual or over the top with lyrics and video content.
That's very funny to me because what she's described like the person that the like music. She's described a person that me and Ronnie and Hakeem we kind of familiar with what she's talking about, but to me, SexyyRed, I don't think she stopped speaking broadly about what other people, not just that person that she have in her head, but we're really stressing out what other people that might not what she's thinking about that might think her stuff is too sexual, but she just had that one person in mind think what it was and everything. So Hakeem, I'm gonna start with you. With SexyyRed, people think that's too sexual. With I think we majority of people do, but what's your take? What SexyyRed said about y'all try to take a shine for her, and a lot of you ends are insecure about having girls that are shining. Shout out
Um,
to you, Ruthless. Good to have you on the show.
First off, not all men are monolith. So, but if a majority want conservative women who are decent and who's not over the top sexual, I think what I mean. A lot of us are very conservative on that. Like what I mean. Her being like that is a niche situation. Like that's not something whom like if we talking about like an average man, 9 to 5 worker, he's not gonna want to marry somebody like SexyyRed. He potentially might want to sleep with her and maybe do all type of nasty, freaky, deaky stuff. But to take a serious, nah, not even. Like they both wasn't even dressed decent. You can't take nothing like that to your home to your mama. But you say we don't want to let our bees shine. You're insecure. You know what I mean? Like from an education level, she doesn't even understand what she's talking about. Look at your counterparts. Look at the people who work at your label that signed you. Are they dressing like you? Same thing with Ice Spice. She was on the stage. Her whole buttocks was out.
But can we specify, Hakeem? They are entertainers, right?
They are entertainers. They are
So
entertainers.
that's
So
why
they got to
they're
give
trying
you
to
what
sell something.
entertainers get. Yeah.
Correct. They're not trying to sell. They're not try. Well, they are trying to sell beauty product, but they're also trying to sell the sexual image of when they say they sexualize black women. And that's one of the reasons they
Mm-hmm.
sexualize black women. So that's what they're doing. They sexualizing two black women who right now who one of them they say SexyyRed is one of the hottest girls right now, hot currently right now, which I totally disagree. But they think she's one of the hottest girls right now that's hot compared
She's
to
hot.
her compared to GloRilla. So what happened, Ruthless?
She's hot.
We know we could to agree to disagree, but some people do find her to be very, very attractive. So that's what they're gonna do. They're using her as a sex symbol, and we already know when it comes to female rappers, majority of them are sex symbols. Even go down the history, Little Kim, um, what's called Eve, all of them was sex. All of them was sex image. The only one that wasn't was Lauryn Hill, but I don't really she is a rapper, but I could consider her more like a soul type rapper. But they would never use her and sexualize her. But mostly every hip hop culture, when it comes to female, they sexualize them. Look at Megan Thee Stallion, same thing, sexualized. So I don't think it's a double standard. I just think that's just the female rap culture. Go right ahead, Ruthless.
Well, hello, gentlemen. Hakeem the Dream. Ronnie Wrong,
It's
Governor
good.
Ronnie Wrong, Simp Ronnie. Oh, my bad came out. Uh,
Yeah.
New Jordan era. Men, we are the biggest hypocrites in the world. Right? We are the biggest hypocrites in the world. What's the saying? Hoe in the sheets, my woman in the streets. And if she can't produce that hoe in the sheets, we creep to the strip club and we throw our money on these girls. We celebrate them. Then we want to go, I wouldn't marry her. Nigga, only reason you wouldn't marry her, a lot of them marry because they can't afford these women. That's number one, right? Let's keep it 100, right? This is out there. It's out there budget, economic budget. For that part, for the men, we loved it. They sell to us. The industry, whether it be Sports Illustrated, whether it be modeling, whether it be right, they give the men what they want, right? If the men didn't want this, these models would exist. We fuel sexuality from the women. We are the ones this is right? Women don't fuel women, right? Not saying that there's not a few, but mostly men support models who are sexualizing themselves, correct? There's more than just music entertainers. They just poured over to the music of late. So we demand this. We are the supply and we are the fucking demand. So we create this margin for ourselves, and then we want to turn around and say, well, baby, I would marry you, but I'll show creep with you, right? I'll show sleep with you. And the only reason that is because we are insecure. A lot of us are insecure because we can't afford to keep this woman. Because why? Brought the brand of sexualization so much that women overvalue themselves now, and they charge a lot of money. So that's one aspect. Now, to what we call speaking to how women are viewing themselves as sexual objects, they are loving this. Right? They are embracing it, not erasing it. You know what I'm saying? They are embracing their sexuality. Not only are they embracing it, they're using it as leverage, right? Withholding sex in marriages. They don't want, and this is what makes it so like embarrassing, right? For the men, they can't even get their wives to sexualize themselves for them. So they have to go to SexyyRed. They got to go to Vanessa Williams, right? Beyonce, right? Porn sites, because they can't get that in their house because the women are running and dominating the house. This is why this is why the industry, this is why America supplies us with the men we can't get from our wives, which we signed up for. Right? We signed up for her to, when I come home, to dress a little bit, provocative when I get in. But the women aren't doing that no more. They're like, man, what? The only time you see them dress real sexy is when they go on girls' nights out, girls' trips. And you're like, where you going? I'm going with my friends. So once again, right? Women and men together, we embrace this sexualism of women, right? They give us what we want. We pay for it. We champion it. Right? But then a wifer, I wouldn't wife that, but I pay, hey, I'll sure pull up. Right? Because why? It's what we desire. We like to see things like that. We love it. And they're giving us what we want. So to me, we're hypocrites when we come up here and say that women shouldn't be wearing lashes and showing their body. We champion them to do this. We created a monster.
I think for me, I don't mind, the era of, women being sexual with each other. But I just think around this time in 2024, I just feel like, we're so out of balance that we're over sexualizing, what, a lot of these female rappers are doing, back in the 90s, early 2000s, there was a balance and everything, with
You
that.
can't say that, D. Gordon. You can't say they're over sexualizing when they're making money. People are paying.
I'm not. You could definitely tell. I'm just saying that. So if it's not over, so if I'm saying over sexualizing, I'm just saying like there's a new high level of sexualization of what we seen 5, 10, 15 years ago. That we're seeing that like 10 years ago, SexyyRed would have been here. She would have been one hit wonder, and that's it.
How long ago?
My first time. I'm saying 10 years ago, we want to see a SexyyRed have this been out this long.
But Beyonce was. But Beyonce was over sexualizing herself. Beyonce was.
Well, I would say this. Okay. Since you're going right there, I'm talking about I'm gonna add this. I'm talking about the ratchetness of it. The ratchetness is in a whole different level. We never see ratchetness like this.
Oh, bills. Can you pay my bills? Telephone bills, car note bills. That's ratchet. That's Beyonce.
It's ratchet, but the thing is, there was a balance back then. There ain't no balance here in 2024. There's no balance. It's worse. It's worse in here in 2024 than it was in 2000. I'm not saying you're wrong. There was ratchetness, but to me, 2024, the ratchetness is on a whole different level.
Well, it's because we take it to the next level. The more everything. This is America. Everything's about money. And once again,
I wouldn't say that ruthless because we was doing. The man was doing this in the 90s as well, but we're
spending more money than the 90s. Yeah, we're spending more money than the 90s now. We're way more involved now.
I agree with
that. Yeah. We listen. They're acting. Look at the industry is giving the people what they want. What they saying? Give the people what they want. Give Hakeem what he wants. Yeah, don't be up there, you innocent. We cut the lights off. Turn on SexyyRed. Hey.
Nah. That's non-cyber. That's non-cyber. That's non-cyber.
Wait a minute. Come on, you was like a SexyyRed. So anyway, right?
Nah, never that. Yeah, I'm a good Christian man.
I see too many SexyyReds when I was growing up, man. Hey, I couldn't do that. But I'm not saying you're wrong. With OnlyFans, all that type of stuff. People was making.
How old are you? How old are you?
You said what?
How old are you?
Me? 34.
Oh, he's lying. 22, 21. He was the man, Jordan. Jordan was out there, man. Yeah, you was at the clubs when they went on tight shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Before I met my wife, I did like some. But the thing is, Rufus, I can't. Like I said, where I grew up at, that's what I seen and everything. But once I got out of the situation I was in, I saw different.
That's because you got beaten to submission in marriage.
I didn't get beaten to submission.
Yes, you did.
I did not get beaten to submission. I didn't. No, that's not true because I was like I said, it took 7 years until I got married. So I took my time on that.
And within that 7 years, you got beaten to submission.
I didn't get beaten to submission. I'll tell you this. I did not get beaten to submission because that is not true. That is not true because the thing is that you said what?
Once you got on that knee, as proposed, right? Did you get on that knee, Jordan?
No, let me tell you something. I got married because the one I got is a very rare piece and everything.
Okay, but did you
like
get on that knee?
All of these ratchet people out there and everything.
Okay, but did you get on that knee?
Yes, I got on the knee.
Okay, then. So you right there was a commitment.
It took me a long. It took me a long time to get on that knee.
You're right. I got to say you got beat into it. So anyway, right? I'm not disputing that. It took you a long time to conform all the way, right? I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Then finally you submitted. You broke down. You said, okay, because this commitment is going to cost me my, my livelihood, the things I like, the little extras, the little freaky deaky.
No, I don't care about those. I don't care.
Said, of course you got to deny it. Of course you got to deny it right now. You got the baby in your hand.
I really don't. You could ask Ronnie. I've known Ronnie for 10 years. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, hold on, Ruthless. I've been to Miami. I've seen a whole lot of stuff. You can see Ronnie. I've been with Ronnie for 10 years. He could tell you, I've been messing with her like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with Ronnie.
Yeah,
Ronnie can tell you. I ain't nothing like that.
Hey, Jordan. Hey, what's that song, Hakeem? Woman to Woman? We're going to change it. Man to man. You had a plan.
Shout out to the lovely Stephanie that's on the panel. Stephanie, what you got to say on the topic?
I never thought I would say this, but I agree with Ruthless with like there being a double standard, right? First of all, how y'all doing? I feel like I ain't seen y'all in a cool minute.
It's been a minute,
No,
babe.
man,
Like
man, yeah, it been a
I
minute.
thought you had
It has
forgot.
been a
I
minute.
thought I did something to you, man.
Nah, just busy
But
work.
you gotta find time to put me first and come here and see us.
Anyway, that's part of the problem. Y'all just be wanting too much. I feel like, yeah, I agree with Ruthless, right? Like,
Mm.
this evolution of women stepping into and taking power over their body, over over their money, over their careers, right? I think it's definitely starting to. I wouldn't say that y'all are in. I wouldn't say so far to say like men are insecure, but there is a little bit of unhingedness, right? Like it is like now a lot of this propaganda of. Oh, they're, you're like right now, Uncle Luke is going at Lisa Ray in the, because she pretty much is letting these men know, like, just like Ruthless said, not everybody can afford to be with me. And I respect that, right? Like, and I think everyone has their standard, especially when it comes to women, right? Of like who it is that we are going to connect with and be with. Like we're gonna look at those things. Like y'all, like I know for a fact y'all wouldn't date, a woman who has no ambition, who has no drive to do anything.
She is.
And y'all are well enough and okay
She
to do
is.
that. And I think like now that women are able and capable of doing those things, it's like now we're getting looked upon in a whole different lens because this is something new. Like this is like something
Yeah,
completely new.
yeah.
I was just having this conversation with my homegirl not too long ago, and we were talking about like in the past, like women needed men. Like, and so let me preface it and say like we need each other. I don't want to get on this panel and be like we don't need no man to do nothing because that ain't me and that ain't the narrative I want to push. But what I will say is like when we're talking about in the realm of survival, right? Like women in the past, we couldn't buy homes, we weren't allowed to hold certain jobs. There were certain, like, we didn't have certain rights that men had. And yes, we needed to attach to men for survival because we genuinely needed you to survive. And I think now like there has been a movement to where now the necessary need for men to do those things, we don't. Right. And it's
So
like now men, you have to move a little bit differently when approaching and talking to women. And I think that's where that's where like this rift is coming, where we're starting to see the double standard, right? Like we're starting to see men complain about women being aggressive and you're dressing too provocatively and how dare you take power over your
so
body. Like when for years
so
women have been forced to dress a certain way to accommodate men. Like our whole
so
entire life is, hold on, give me 1 second, Rufus. I'll let you go off for a minute. And I even agreed with you. I feel like for so long, our whole entire life as a woman, we are conditioned to dress and to act a certain way for men. And it can either be for men to be safe so that we don't be looked at negatively by men or not sexualized by men. We are taught not to talk a certain way around men because, again, for safety. So, like, our entire existence has been to either appease you or to be safe, right? When we're talking about our dressing and how we behave. And now, like, we're moving in this space where it's like, we don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, we don't care about none of that. And now it's like the backlash. Like, it's the backlash for me. And I really wish on both ends, like, I wish that people with penises would take a step back and just consider the amount of stuff that women have to go through. When we're talking about being social, being educated, being in the workforce, and the things that we have to go through, as opposed to just pointing a finger and talking about the things that we do negatively. Like just take a step back and consider it. That's all. So I agree with SexyyRed and with Glow, like with Big Glow. Like the lyrics back in the day, Uncle Luke, pop that pussy, Uncle Luke. Like, there's no way. Like the derogatory lyrics that were like well off in the 90s are definitely the same now in 2024. And we paved the way for that. So for us to sit back and like point fingers and judge is like, nigga, this is what hip hop has paved the way for, that type of lingo. So, and if we're going to talk about women sexualizing, we definitely got to talk about the era and the culture of dealing, selling drugs. We have to talk about the era of killing each other. We have to talk about the era of bringing down the black. Like a lot of this in hip hop and music, it started back that way. So for me, it's just like the pot can't call the kettle black. And I agree with Ruthless in the sense of like it's a hypocrite. It's a hypocrite move.
Now that, but shout out to Jalen that's also in the building. Shout out to Kev 504 right now watching us on Instagram. Go ahead, Ruthless. Then after you, King, you go counter attack, and then we move on to the next topic. All right.
Gotta be an attack.
Yeah. So there's a thing that we always do is, since we're talking about one subject, you want to try to add up other things. Those are totally two different situations. You know what I mean? Just because there's dope out there don't mean you got to buy it. Don't mean that we caused it to put the dope out there.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm trying to say? And we have to look at it for what it's worth. These things have always been around.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these things we had no parts into. Some of these things came before us. Now, the problem is we're trying to attach who's the issue is. Here's just the thing. Men don't want women who are over-sexualized. That's just the point. That's just, no, listen. I'm just saying, there's guys who want that, but for the majority, men who want to live a decent life, we don't want nobody looking like a whore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speak for yourself, Hakeem, because we're not a monolith.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Yeah,
I would.
You said man are not monolith, so that's you, right? But most men,
that's what I'm saying.
Most men like sexy women just as sexy. Just keep it a bit.
No. But most men ain't. Listen, most men. No. Listen, I'm coming from the point. Most men ain't gonna marry them. Most men ain't gonna marry them. They'll have sex with them.
See, Hakeem, and this is why men are delusional, right? Because we overvalue marriage. What has marriage got to do with looking at a sexy woman?
Marriage got everything to do with it, baby.
So
marriage got everything to do with
it. If I see this woman and I say, "Damn, baby, shake it till you make it," right? And I'm pumping her up and I'm doing all this.
Shake it till you make it.
It's because this is what I like. I don't want I like my woman conceited. I don't want my woman reserved and shy, right? This is what we deal with out here. And we're hypocrites because we create this much of sexual liberation without hesitation, right? So now that we got sexual liberation, now y'all mad. Well, why y'all acting separately liberated? And we're celebrating. All the money from their sexualization is coming from us. We're paying for them. And to Steph's point, and I'm going to land it. So when we're talking about, separate men and women getting, they back in the day, they used to cling on to a man to get their finances. Now, they still are. But it's different now. Now they can get the man's money and not have the relationship or the marriage. The man will still give the money. See, they're getting it. They're getting it even without all the attachments, the strings attachments. Now they don't have to play the role. They don't have to pretend. All they got to do is say, "You want to talk to me? Cash at me. You want to go out with me? Where you going to take me? You going to pay my bills?" Right? They're coming out with and the men are saying, "Baby, okay, we'll pay for it." We got Hakeem, Stepdad King, right? He's going to come pay all your bills. He's going to come pay for all your heels, right? And make sure you get all your meals. So therefore, this is what we're doing. Us men are out here giving these women money, tons of it, whether it be strip clubs or whether it be paying their rent. We are giving them our resources because we like what we see. It ain't like they're doing anything different or anything special. It's just, you look good, you fine. I like that butt. I like that tit. Woo, turn it around. Dust don't quit. And then we send that shit. So now we're going to get up here and fake it like, "Oh, I wouldn't marry her." No, this is what we created. We created this monster. We made women who they are. We celebrate them. And then turn around and say, "I would marry you."
Hey, Hakeem, I got a question for you. Let's say, will a younger Hakeem, not say SexyyRed, but will a younger Hakeem, will he get with a ratchet? A younger Hakeem, yes or no?
I was with ratchets in the younger Hakeem. I was a Trina fan. Trina predates. But I got saved, and
you saved and holier than thou people be the nasty.
Listen,
be the
baby.
Real fans. Let me just say,
listen.
They
No,
be the
we
real
don't.
freaky ass niggas.
We don't. I don't like my woman over sexualized. I don't like my
Y'all
woman
being freaky.
in
He a
long.
fan. He a
Listen,
fan. He a fan.
long skirts, polka
Freaky ass
dot
nigga.
dresses,
He's
no
a 69
cleavage,
guy.
no cleavage. I don't want my woman to show nothing. I need her for me to desire her at home.
He's
And
a
this
freaky.
is where I'm going, Hakeem. Like, I ain't gonna lie, before I met my wife, like I said, like I said, where I was raised at, I like the ratchet too. And what I'm trying to say is, Hakeem, we're going to Ruthless point. A lot of majority of men is on that mindset of, I want a sexy chick, I want her to twerk it down. Look at Cooking with Kaya. Look how viral she went. Like cooking and twerking. A man would marry that immediately, Hakeem. Tell me if I'm lying.
That is true, but that's a little girl though.
She's 23. She's 20.
Girl.
She's 23. But I'm trying to say, Hakeem, look how the transition of how Kaya is turning a new level. You know, even though men love seeing women cook, but also twerking with it as well. Now hopefully, if we see that, I feel like men are seeing more of a balance on that. Okay, she could twerk it up, but she could cook too. She could clean as well. I just feel like men are saying, okay, if I could get that type of balance like that, that would be cool for me. All that type of things. Where your mindset is at, Hakeem, a lot of men is not in that mindset, especially younger men. Majority of younger men is not at the mindset where you at, or maybe where I'm at right now. They do, like I said, ratchetness has taken over to a new extremes level. But now you seeing that, you know, we have these conversations and everything. You know, there are some women that are listening. They'll say, okay, cool. A lot of men, they want us to cook, they want us to clean and everything. And now you see some of these women are making content of that to show these men, hey, I have a little balance to myself. You know, I might could twerk it up a little bit right there, but I could also do other things as well. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like, if we can find our new normal with the ratchetness and the twerking and everything of how these young men are seeing something like this, I think it'll be okay. But Stephanie, I do agree with you. This is something new. You know, this is what we have a conversation of, and we try to get used to it and everything. You know, we may not be used to this to our generation, but you know, look at that younger generation. What would they do? You know, what are we gonna see different from this generation for the next generation? You know, are they gonna figure it out? Maybe, maybe not. But right now, you know, this is something new to us, and we try to see, you know, how could we adjust to this situation and everything. And that's what I see in America.
That's why I have to disagree with you. It's not new under the sun, right? It's nothing. Men been paying for women since the beginning of time. This is nothing new. It just, what the only difference is now, it's just more transparent.
When I mean by new ruthless, I mean about, you know, monetizing the social media. I'm sorry, I should have added that, but being more using it as monetization, also social media. I should have added that part. But go ahead, ruthless.
Yeah, but you know, we I'm gonna let it real. Make this quick. Just be real. Let's be honest, homies. We love it when a stripper strip. That's why we go. We support the strip community. We support them. Period. We support OnlyFans. Period. We support them, and we're not even married to them. So what is Hakeem talking about? Oh, I don't want to marry her, but I'm supporting her like she's my wife. So you might as well, right? Get the full benefit. So go SexyyRed, go Megan Thee Stallion, do what you do, right? You look good. I like it. Now, the only problem I have with women, and Steph knows this, is I just don't like that there's so much quitters, right? They quit because they do a lot of finger pointing about men's imperfections, and they're not perfect. So that's the problem I have with women. But other than that, you know, their careers, they're making money because men want to pay them money to look good and sexualize themselves. Let's do it, because I'm enjoying it as well. I enjoy it.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kev. 504. Thank you for joining in on the panel. Go ahead, Kev.
Hey, what's up, Ron? Y'all hear me, man?
What's up, Kev? How you been?
What's up, Kev?
All right, good, man. Look,
Kev coming after me, man.
Right. See now, see, ruthless know I'm about to get on and without this shit. Listen, man, that's my boy, but that's cool. We go back and forth. And how you
Can
doing,
you
Steph?
say baby one time? Just say baby.
Okay, baby, I can say that anytime. I'm gonna say it a lot. It's gonna come out just like that all the time.
Baby.
Look, everything ain't our damn fault, fellas. And I do remember, and I'm an old school cat, so and I do remember fighting for all those rights and liberties that women have. Black men didn't have no problem with none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do support some of that stuff, and now in modern times, we support a whole lot more. I mean, it's just wide open now. Now, as far as the rap game was going, Ryan and Jersey and Hakeem, as
Mm-hmm.
far as the rap game going, I'm very disappointed in the whole rap shit, right? And you know why? Because we don't have a variety of music anymore. We had your Luke, but we also had Public Enemy. We also, we had Snoop Dogg, we had your underground stuff, and then we also had Diggable Planets. So we had different variety. If you wanted to listen to the hood shit, you could. If you wanted to listen to something enlightening, you could. You had your Megan Thee Stallions, but you also had your MC Lights, and you also have reggaeton music, stuff like that. But it all changed. I think the whole music industry changed. We can't even find a new artist that ain't talking this street shit. And if it was guys, it's drill rap, and if it's girls, it's all hood shit now. And that's the problem with it. Whoever running that industry, that's who did that. That's not what we wanted. We can't even name the last R&B artist that came out in the last 10, 15 years.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
Who?
because the
We
people
ain't got no sisters in the church that can sing
are
no more.
giving
We
the
still
people what
got,
they
We're talking
want.
about women singers.
yeah, men and women.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got a
they're
lot of
giving the
female
people.
artists. I feel like you got a lot of female R&B. So like the hip hop game and R&B, like there has been a large amount of artists that have come out where you have a lot to choose from. You just gotta do the work. Like you have Rhapsody. I don't know if y'all are aware of Rhapsody, but Rhapsody is a lyricist. You have Lip Scar Lip, whatever her name is, from New York. Lola Brooks from New York, who are
Now, see,
all
we gotta get,
lyricists in
we
the
got to
rap
get that
game.
down here. We ain't getting nothing new. We still got,
Yeah, I mean, and
we getting the
even
same BS.
yeah,
And we talking
and I
about
think that's like
nationwide radio, so they're not getting no airplay. And we got
yeah,
southern rappers down here that I can name that's local also, but they're not
yeah,
getting the airplay like they used to. You used to be able to, like Master P said, you used to be able. There ain't no money in it because you used
yeah.
to be able to hustle the shit. You
Yeah,
know,
I
you know
agree.
when
I definitely think like I don't think like they're mainstream. And like if I would definitely agree with you, Kev, when we're talking about mainstream publicizing these or promoting a lot of these artists, right, who are not just rapping about the bullshit. Shout out to GloRilla because he's naming a lot of artists that are out there that are not on the bullshit. I would even
Yeah.
throw Kendrick Lamar in there. I would even throw
yeah,
goddamn
Kendrick
J.
in there.
Cole in there. I would, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of female, male artists who are definite. Corday is another good one. Lucky Day
Never
is
heard.
another good one. Tidra
And
Moses.
still, even
Is
with the rappers, you still naming some.
Lorenzo is another. Chicago, I need your playlist. Cause yes, all of them. Lorenzo's from the Bay Area, and that man be spitting facts about economic wealth within the Black community. Like we have a lot of artists that we gotta do the work because they're not gonna promote it. They're not
Right.
gonna
Yeah,
promote it.
yeah. Let me say this. Let me
Yo,
say this. The people dictate the market of the music, not the
I'm not even
studio.
Mm.
going. Can I really quick? Can I pause you? I wouldn't even say just the people, the majority. I'm going to say young people specifically. That's who they are marketing to.
Okay,
Like when we're
so
talking about
what we're
like
saying
this
is
is
the
the drill
majority.
rap and the
What
twerking and
we're
shit. Like
saying,
this
we're
is
saying
kids
is
that are 21 and under listening.
the
Like that's what's
music,
driving the market.
Yeah, but
no, the
twerking been out
music,
since the 80s.
the music.
True.
Listen,
They
I'm,
listen,
remade that.
I'm in New
listen,
Orleans, man, so I'm
Yeah,
right
listen,
here. So
that
Listen.
bounce.
The gangster rap, right? The
Mm-hmm.
hardcore hip hop, the drill
right,
music, the I don't want to make love, I want to fuck. All that is supported
Yeah,
by
Vince Staples.
people. The people support that. Now, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Everybody, this is why rap is so big. This is why R&B went out because people didn't buy R&B no more. They didn't want to hear R&B. They want to hear the rappers sing. even though they can't sing, right? But because it's the lyrics that they're saying, they're talking ratchetness, they're talking being hard,
All
being,
right.
and this is what we want.
What
Now
you
we're
think
gonna
about
get over
what you think about the artist actually saying that certain music is being streamed
he
over
wants
others?
money.
Wait,
He wants
kind of
money.
like back in the days, when they had the box where you could dial in and pay $1 and they would play your video over and over. Well, that's what Ja Rule and them and what you call them did. They just took thousands of dollars and had people do it 24 hours because they know that if you keep hearing the same thing, that's what you're gonna relate to. And they
Listen,
and
the
I
old
think that was
music is still there, Kev.
so I
The old
think
music is still there
whoever
for them to
controls
listen to.
who's put out on the radio has a lot to do with that too. Because I like we used to
Hey,
have
Kev.
stuff where they
Hey,
had
Kev.
new artists and stuff like that.
Hey, Kev, I'm like I said, it's not the radio no more. You know, like I said, hip hop is on a new level. You know, we have more rappers than ever, you know, that can easily put their stuff on streaming service, easily put videos and streaming service on YouTube. And if they get big enough, they can go on tour. What I mean by that is, Ronnie, Rolling Loud was this last week, right? You have tons of rappers who are always to mainstream or not even mainstream as well, that they have their favorite people, either it's rap, gangsters, twerking, whatever, and you could go see them at a festival, Rolling Loud. And the thing is, Rolling Loud is not even in Miami. It's in Miami, it's in LA, it's in the Bay Area. It's so big. I mean, they got Rolling Loud over there in Thailand. They have that Thailand.
Rolling Loud is an internet service or something like that?
It's a festival. It's a
there's a festival.
It's a hip hop. It's a rap and hip hop festival. They have
where would I hear that on the internet?
Yeah,
you can watch it on the internet.
Yeah,
all right. Now the internet, I admit the internet is wide open to get your promotion out, but I'm listening to regular radio.
Yeah, I agree with
radio station still.
Yeah, I agree with Kev. Yeah,
It's not
like even some of the things that GloRilla name, those people don't come on the radio.
Nobody want to hear that shit, man. Nobody want to hear good shit. They don't want to hear good news. They don't want to hear it. They want to hear niggas shoot some shit up.
Well, I like to hear different music. But yes, I do have to go online and seek different music and stuff like that. But times have changed.
And I would
time
agree
have
with you.
changed.
I agree with you, Kev, in the sense of like the music that which you're seeking and that you like that you want to hear, right? It's not going to be promoted in mainstream media because we're not the ones who dictate what is being promoted in mainstream media. Like, and I agree with SexyyRed because he's dead on. Like, it's so many other artists that are out there, but the media is definitely conditioning us to listen to certain things and to perpetuate a certain agenda.
I think mankind is changing. We're gonna switch over to finding it anyway on the net. So I think it's gonna change anyway.
No,
I think those streamers I think we'll find
here. When rappers rap, singers sing, they rap about their anecdotal experiences, and people want to hear that. So this dude getting shot at. Dudes want
to. Hey, he go with the extreme. My boy, good for the extreme.
Nobody want to hear that. You know,
it's a lie. So explain Kendrick Lamar. Explain Kendrick Lamar and GNX. Explain that.
$1 billion downloads.
Explain that.
Don't explain Kendrick Lamar. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification so you never miss when we go live. Shout out to GloRilla. That's also in the building. Kareem Stevie. That's also in the building. But guys, we got to move forward. We have two other topics to cover before we end the show. So don't explain Kendrick Lamar. That's a whole another 30 minutes. So moving forward.
Writing in my GNX with another maker in my tape deck. What?
Moving forward. Who just came on the bus? GloRilla. We're not covering Kendrick Lamar. We're about to jump into another copy. You gotta make your commentary quick. Go ahead before we move forward. Go ahead.
All right, so to the next topic. We're gonna talk about.
Oh no, I think GloRilla wanna time in real quick.
Okay, go ahead. If you got
Chicago,
Mike.
I think
I'll mute yourself.
Get it sexy. Get it sexy.
Yeah. Shout out to Sexy. Wait till he comes back and then go ahead. He'll come back and go ahead, Jordan.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next topic. So, there's a woman. I think she has a TikTok and everything, and she plays like being a high maintenance woman. Of if you go on first dates, you gotta pay her, get her hair done, get her nails done and everything. So
on a first date.